a devotee of the Lord has no good qualifications whatsoever. The question remains, then how can a person engaged in abominable activities, either by accident or by intention, be a pure devotee? This question may justly be raised. The miscreants, as stated in the 7th chapter, who never come to the devotional service of the Lord, have no good qualifications, as stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Generally, a devotee who is engaged in the 9 kinds of devotional activities is engaged in the process of cleansing all material contamination from the heart. He puts the Supreme Personality of Godhead within his heart, and all sinful contaminations are naturally washed away. Continuous thinking of the Supreme Lord makes him pure by nature. According to the Vedas, there is a certain regulation that if one falls down from his exalted position, he has to undergo certain ritualistic processes to purify himself. But here there is no such condition, because the purifying process is already there in the heart of the devotee. Due to his remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead constantly, therefore the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare should be continued without stoppage. This will protect a devotee from all accidental fall downs. He will thus remain perpetually free from all material contaminations. This is such a beautiful verse, and I'm very grateful, and I seek your blessings so we can discuss together these beautiful verses. Actually, in this chapter, chapter 9, Krishna reveals his heart, and this is considered the most confidential knowledge in chapter 9. And the last section is verses 26 to 34. There Krishna describes glories of Krishna Bhakti, pure Bhakti. So just to recap quickly, the first 3 verses of this chapter, chapter 9, which is titled The Most Confidential Knowledge. The first 3 verses Krishna says he is going to glorify the knowledge he is about to describe. Then 4 to 10 verses, Krishna explains his own energies, how they function, and that is Aishwarya Gnan. 11 to 25 verses, he describes different types of direct and indirect worshippers of Krishna. For example, Virat Rup worshippers and demigod worshippers. But now, pure devotional service or Ananya Bhakti is described, and that enables the sincere devotee to enter Krishna Loka. And that's the last section of this most important chapter. So our verse today is 31, but just the previous verses, it's all connected. Verse 26 talks about pure Ananya Bhakti. Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, everyone knows this popular verse, right? Krishna is very enthusiastic and he's very eager to accept the loving offering of his devotee, because he offers it with devotion, with affection and with love. And that is the only qualification, love for Krishna. So it's not what we offer, how we offer it. So it's not the magnitude, but the attitude of our offering. And then in verse 27, he describes that what if someone's bhakti is not that level? It is not so pure. Then what? Then Krishna says, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever work you do, whatever austerities you perform, offer it to me, offer it to Krishna. So the difference between verse 26 and 27 is that in verse 26, you begin the activity with the intention to please Krishna. That is the foremost. So say, for example, Krishna's favorite item is halwa, and you start with this getting the ingredients together and cooking halwa because you want to please Krishna. You offer it to Krishna to please him, then you eat it. Whereas in verse 27, you have already made something you want to eat according to your preference, and then you make it, and then you have this knowledge that Krishna is Bhagwan, so you offer and then you eat. So that is the difference between 26 and 27, but still the person is working with this knowledge that Krishna is Bhagwan, and so it is still better than Karma Mishra Bhakti and Gnana Mishra Bhakti. Then verse 28, result of offering everything to Krishna is eventually that you will be free from the bondage of karma. Now what happens when we do any karma? There is a result, either good or bad, Shubh or Ashubh. And that still keeps you in this material world. It causes bondage. But when you offer everything to Krishna, then you can come out of it and you can attain Krishna eventually at the end of your life. So it purifies you. And verse 29 talks about that Krishna is equal to all, like Paramatma, the neutral witness in the heart. But he is specially inclined to devotees. He acts as Bhagwan. He acts so personal. So Krishna is not partial, he is simply reciprocal. He enters the heart of devotee and devotee is in Krishna's heart. So for example, say a teacher is giving a class. He is giving the class to all the students equally, right? But some students